I'm currently in the center of Beijing, where behind me there is a massive military parade going on.
It's the New York Times and my good old friend David Pearson spreading US propaganda again, but this time from the Beijing military parade. The Victory Day celebration against fascism just happened in Beijing. David Pearson was there, basically to give us the idea that China was seeking to replace the US, as if China is an empire.
China's trying to send a message that, the US isn't the only show in town, essentially.
According to David, China is a more scary version of the US. They are the US empire, but without any checks and balances, but more authoritarian, more scary than the US empire.
Think about the leaders that have assembled here today. It's Iran, Russia, North Korea. These are decidedly anti-Western countries. This sends a very clear signal to the United States and to the rest of the world that there's this alternative world order where authoritarians can exist without pressure from the West.
But the thing is, imperialism has a material reality to it. It's not just an adjective that we use against countries you don't like. So let's break down what the US empire actually is. I like to use Tricontinental Research Institute's Hyper-Imperialism, a Decadent New Stage. It talks about the global north, which is another way of saying US empire. The global north is the US-led imperial bloc, which consists of 49 countries. And we can kind of see it as 4 rings, and the inner ring, the US, of course, because it is US-led, UK, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and Israel. These 6 countries share intelligence, so it's the inner circle. And then the second circle, you have these European countries, and then the third and fourth ring. That's what we're referring to when we talk about the US empire. It's an empire that is a cohesive military, political, and economic bloc of countries. It's not just the US by itself. This structure allows the US, though, and these countries who are active participants to exert power across the world. So China, Russia, North Korea, or any other country can't just go in there and usurp the US. There is no alternative structure that is created by China. The US empire's coercive power is vast, and we can basically think about it as having 3 pillars of coercion: military, financial, and propaganda. And all of these different pillars uphold the US empire. But of course, the New York Times wants you to believe that China is a threat. It is the way that they preserve and justify their military operations, their constant warmongering, and all the coercion that is done in the name of supposedly democracy and freedom and security. It's all just to maintain its power across the world. There is no replacing the US empire, and none of the global south countries even want to replace the US empire, including China.